After installing PostgreSDB locally, we will now connect to our database, create our tables, and import some data into them. First, I will confirm that my PostgreSQL database is running locally with a Linux command. For this guide, we will use a tool called Hemlock. Hemlock is a database management tool which simplifies database tasks. I already have it downloaded, but you can download it from the link in description. Now I will open Hemlock, then connect my database to Hemlock with the next steps. First, go to Database, then Database Connections, then Add Database. Now in the form, select PostgreSQL and then fill in your database credentials. My credentials are the default PostgreSQL localhost values. I will test the connection to make sure my credentials are correct. Then I will save this configuration. Now go over to the Databases tab. You should see the new database you have just connected to, and if you refresh it, you see it has 0 tables. Now I will create the tables we need for this lecture. The first table I will create is the Locations table. If you go over to the Hemlock Commands tab, select your local PostgreSDB or your PostgreSDB as your target. Then paste the Create Locations Table command. You can copy this command from the commands file linked in the description. This command will create a table containing only an ID, which is the primary key, and a location name, which is a string. I will trigger this command, and after it succeeds, we can refresh our database and see that a locations table has been created, which is currently empty. Next, we will run a command to create a jobs table. This command is also available in the linked commands file. It will create a jobs table with an ID, which is the primary key, which is an integer, a date created timestamp field, a job title variable character field, which is limited to 255 characters, a job location integer field, which you can see in the last line of the command will be a foreign key referencing the ID of locations in the locations table, a job type variable character field limited to 100 characters, a commute type variable character field also limited to 100 characters, a job description text field, a job category variable character field limited to 255 characters. And then finally, we have our foreign key constraints. I will trigger this command. And if you refresh the database, you will also see that this jobs table has been added. Finally, we are going to create the job applications table. This command will create a table called job applications. This table will have a primary key field for ID, a job ID foreign key field which will reference jobs in the jobs table, an email variable character field limited to 255 characters, a location ID foreign key field which will reference locations in the locations table, an applied on timestamp field representing the time the application was created. After that, we can also see the foreign key constraints we have set for job ID and location ID. I will trigger this command, then also refresh my database to see that the third table has been created. Next, we want to add data to all our tables. And we will do this in the same order that they were created because the data in locations will be referenced by data in jobs, and the data in both jobs and locations will be referenced by job applications. The JSON files containing our data are linked in the description. I already have them downloaded, So using Hemlock, I will simply import each file to its corresponding table. First, I will go to the locations table. I will click import, select JSON, select the JSON file and wait a few seconds. I will do the same for jobs. And then finally, I will do the same for job applications.